Senate to order. Sergeant Arms will please secure the chamber doors. Members will please take your seats. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. President.
Senators, we are very pleased this evening, on this evening of St. Patrick's Day of March 17th, to have Nikunj and Kush Patel of BAPS Swaminarayan Mandir in Beltsville, Maryland, guests of the distinguished senators from the 47th and 21st districts. Please rise for the invocation.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। हरिः ओम द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुं शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिः। ॐ शान्तिः 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 सुशान्तिर्भवतु सर्वारिष्ट शान्तिर्भवतु।
With profound gratitude and deep reverence, I stand before all of you on behalf of Bhagwan Swaminarayan and His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, the esteemed spiritual leader of BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha, humbled by the privilege of leading all of us in this timeless, ancient Hindu prayer. This prayer reminds us that it is a timeless truth that when leadership is guided by faith, communities flourish, its people feel secure, and ultimately, we all find peace within. True unity is built on the foundation of selfless service and love for one another, a message beautifully expressed by His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, in the joy of others lies our own. Lastly, with the Spirit, we joined in the prayer, seeking divine blessings so that all those who are present here today, along with their families and loved ones, truly find peace within and be encouraged to live a life to serve others. Thank you for joining us in this prayer.
Recognizing the senator from the 21st district.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I love having religious leaders from my district come here, partly because we all need their prayers, we all need their faith, we all need to worship together. And I'm sure this is true of many of our districts, or maybe all of our districts, we have a diversity of faiths that is a definition of America. At a time when there's some people who say there's too much diversity. In the 21st district, and I'll speak on behalf of my colleague from the 47th district, we don't have enough diversity. And it's diversity of thought, it's diversity of heritage, it's diversity of faith. And it was, I don't know the years exactly, but it was within the last decade or so that BAPS came to Beltsville. And BAPS is an international faith movement in the Hindu tradition. And so today, we have people coming from all over the mid-Atlantic to worship in Beltsville. People who would not know where Beltsville was if it were not for the temple. And at the same time, the temple is so inclusive locally. So in addition to serving their own members in the temple, they're very involved with the community with everything from the Nature Conservancy to the Beltsville Volunteer Fire Department. So with that, I just want to thank them so much for participating. We have in the gallery and on the floor several members of the temple. Could they stand up? Would you stand up? And in the gallery, if you're from BAPS, let's give them a warm welcome. We appreciate your participation so much. And with that, I'd like to move that the prayer be journalized.
Without objection, the invocation will certainly be journalized. And thank you, Senator. Thank you to both Senator from the 47th and the 21st. And thank you all for being here and your work in Maryland. Thank you. It's our honor. Wonderful. All right. Has everyone recorded their presence? Senator from Prince George's? No. There we go. All right, the clerk will take the call. With 44 members in the chamber and a quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland is again back in session. We have a resolution today. I saw them coming in, and there was lots of energy, lots of energy. They were so thrilled to be here, running across the State House to come inside and rocking and rolling. And with that, would recognize the senator from the 7th District.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, tonight we have tomorrow's Ice North Stars 10U ice hockey team. Let me tell you about this team. There's nothing like a repeat in championships. Last year, Big Brother brought home the championship. This year, Little Sis team did it. The TI team, they took home the CBHL championship. They were 21-0, undefeated. Their championship game, I'll tell you, they were down 3-1, but they came back, they tied it up, and with 12 seconds left, the team from Virginia, was it St. John's? Yeah, St. John's. They had a breakaway, and Nora, our goalie, made an incredible save, which tied it up, or saved it so we didn't lose. Nora. So we go into overtime, and with 8 seconds into overtime, Bennett scores a winning goal, bringing home the championship. But I will give a shout out to Kate the Great, number 8. She did it. Or number 9, my daughter. Kate, great job. But again, TI North Stars champions again. So with that, Mr. President, I ask the resolution be read.
Clerk will read the resolution in full.
Be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to tomorrow's Ice North Stars 10U ice hockey team in recognition of your dedication and tireless effort leading to an impressive undefeated 24-25 season, clinching the CBHL 10U Wales Championship. Congratulations. The entire membership extends its best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on the 7th day of March, 2025.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President?
Has everyone recorded their vote? If so, the clerk will take the call. To the true champions of tomorrow's Ice North Star 10U ice hockey team, congratulations on your championship effort. Well done. Great job. Keep up the great work on the ice and in the classroom. Both places. Both places. Well done. Well done. All right. Any other introductions today? Other introductions? Senator from Anne Arundel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague Nelson here on the floor, and his wife and 3 wonderful kids up in the balcony. They got to see Triple E with nobody in there, and they got to see a rally outside, and now they'd like to see a nice debate on the Senate floor. So hopefully we can have a good one. If you please give them a warm Senate welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Additional introductions? Any other introductions? Yes, Senator from Montgomery County.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. With me here this evening, colleagues, is what may be a familiar face to many of you, a former member of the Fighting 19th, former state delegate Sam Aurora. Sam, stand on up here.
Good to see you, Sam. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, very good, very good. Excellent. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you. All right, other introductions, any other introductions? If not, let's go ahead and jump in. So we consider the reading of the journal of the prior legislative day. We've got a message from the House. This is calendar 22. Clerk will read the bills.
House Bill 15, Delegate Shi, Corporations and Associations Limited Worker Cooperative
Majority Leader moves so
Association.
we consider the reading of the bills. They will move to their standing committees. On to calendar 23. Clerk will read the bills.
House Bill 185, Delegate Mariku North, Therapeutic Child Care Grant Program Funding Alterations, Budget and Taxation. House Bill 210,
Majority Leader
Delegate
moves to
Conway.
consider the reading of the bills. They will be referred to their standing committees. Let's just see where we are in this layover calendar. See how quick we'll be today. Layover calendar 29. Clerk will read the bill.
Senate Bill 425, Senator Jackson, Environment, Coal Combustion Byproducts, Fees Coordinating Committee and Regulations. Question is on the adoption of the two committee amendments and the favorable report.
Questions on the two committee amendments and the favorable committee report on this work group study bill. Recognizing the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. President, for recognizing what this bill does. And I did, at the suggestion of the floor leader, take a look at Senate Bill 250 and found out where the fees were addressed there. So no further questions on this bill.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Senator. All right. On the two committee amendments, any discussion? Any objections? Without objection, the two committee amendments are adopted. Question now is on the amended report. Any discussion? Any objections? Without objection, the amended report is adopted. Are there any further amendments to the bill? Or, oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, recognizing the senator from District 9 has an amendment.
Could we just special order this to the end of the day?
We can. It's going to not be very long from now.
Okay, I think we're waiting for something to be printed.
I don't know if it's end of the day. All right. We'll see where we are. Any objections to the special order? Without objection. So, all right. Let's go to, can we do a quorum call? Madam Secretary, if we could ring the bells, please.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. 44 members in the chamber and a quorum being present. The Senate of Maryland remains in session. This is third reading calendar number 51. Clerk will read the bill.
Senate Bill 154, Senator Heddleman, Access to Counsel and Evictions Task Force and Special Fund.
Senate Bill 154 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 35 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 154, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 250, Chair, Education, Energy, and the Environment Committee, Department of the Environment, Fees, Penalties, Funding, and Regulation.
Senate Bill 250 on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 34 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 250, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 740, Senator Folden, Healthcare Facility Service Member Community Members, FSC Matthew Fast Act.
Senate Bill 740 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 46 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 740, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 843, Senator Hershey, School Construction Low-Cost Share Alterations.
Senate Bill 843 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 47 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 843, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 880, Senator Gazzone, Governor's Office for Children, Boys and Girls Clubs of Maryland, grant funding.
Senate Bill 880 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 47 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 880, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 901, Senator Augustine, Environment, Packaging, and Paper Products, Producer Responsibility Plans.
Senate Bill 901 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote. If not, the clerk will take the call. With 34-5 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 901 having received a constitutional majority is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 927, Senator Smith, Cooperations and Associations, Cooperative Limited Equity Housing, Corporations Establishment.
Senate Bill 927 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote, explain their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. With 38 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 927 having received a constitutional majority is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 977, Senator Lamb, Enforcement of Federal Immigration Law, Restrictions on Access to Information, Maryland Data Privacy Act.
Senate Bill 977 is on third reading for final passage. Recognizing the minority whip.
Thank you, Mr. President. And just in speaking on this bill, we had an extensive debate on this afternoon with some amendments that were, I thought, got a lot of support. They came just short, but I thought they raised some very excellent issues about why the body should vote this bill down. There's a lot of opinions about federal politics, no matter who the president is. And right now, with the new president, with President Trump, I know there are many in this chamber that don't like the direction that he brought when he came in as president. There are, however, pretty clear indications that on the issue of immigration and enforcing our immigration law and making sure that we get rid of dangerous criminals, get them out of our country once they've paid, once they've done their sentence and paid their debt to our justice system, that polls real high. And to me, this bill is a slap in the face at the federal government and the Trump administration. That's maybe what some folks are going for, which is fine. And I understand the sentiment of wanting to do that when you don't agree with a national politician. But I think considering where our state sits right now in relation to the need for federal funds and federal support, and considering that we had one of the most high-profile murders by an illegal immigrant in this state just over a year ago, and the fact that day after day we were getting reports of successfully ICE finding very dangerous people and securing them, acting on detainers that were ordered under the Biden administration, should give us pause for rushing headlong into putting barriers in front of ICE doing its job. So, Mr. President, I would urge the body to vote no on this and instead embrace the idea that our nation needs to be secure. You cannot have a secure nation without secure borders. You also cannot have secure communities, including secure immigrant communities, communities with folks who've come here for a better life. Frankly, folks who maybe be here that are working out some issues. You can't have security and safety if we're not getting rid of dangerous illegal immigrants here. And I know what I've heard this before. Oh, statistically, illegal immigrants are the most law-abiding folks in the country. There are some shocking stories that are coming out of the actions that ICE is taking about people they're finding that should have never been in our country to begin with, and were in some cases arrested multiple times and somehow still out and about committing really terrible acts. So again, Mr. President, I would urge the body to vote no on this. Let's not use this as a vehicle. If you want to challenge the Trump administration on cutting federal spending and cutting federal jobs, if you think that's not been done proper, if you want to challenge them on tariffs and how that may impact our economy, I think a lot of that is something that's a fair game within the political debate. This is public safety, and we shouldn't play games with public safety. And it's quite clear that in just a couple of months, border crossings in this country have dropped to almost none, illegal border crossings. And there's a tremendous amount of positive news coming out about a crime and that kind of behavior as a result of just a quick change in policy to actually enforcing some of our laws and enforcing the detainers the Biden administration put on many of these criminal illegal immigrants. So, Mr. President, I would urge the body to take a step back and vote no on this bill, and my vote will be red. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. on the bill. Recognize the senator from the 21st District.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of this bill. I believe we should get criminals out of the country. I'm for that. I believe we need to protect our communities. I know in my own district, concern about crime is one of the most important priorities, and my colleagues and I have worked in many ways to reduce crime. That's not what this bill is about. What this bill is about, as the chair of Judicial Proceedings made clear, is getting clarity of the circumstances under which ICE can remove people who should be removed. The fact of the matter is that last summer, the Biden administration made changes in the rules that dramatically reduced folks coming across the border. Now, that's continued under President Trump. God bless him. What this bill is about, in my judgment, is about reducing fear. I represent a district with many people who were born in other countries. We heard the prayer from one of them this evening. I'm one of them. And most people come to the United States over many decades, over centuries, because we're a land of opportunity, of religious tolerance, of opportunity. That's why people come to the United States. And yes, they should come legally, and yes, when they violate the law, they should be punished. This bill does not in any way let criminals off the hook. What it says is, and we've seen this, I've seen it in my district, you can speak for yourself, when the new administration took office and put out all these wild statements about what they were going to do, I started getting calls and emails from people in my district saying they're coming into Cherokee Lane Elementary School to pull out kids. Turned out not to be true. But unfortunately, what the rhetoric around this with the Musk-Trump administration has done, it's created fear in people who should not be afraid. Fear is not a positive emotion. Hope is a positive emotion. And so this bill is designed to enforce the law. You've got a writ, you've got a judge's decision, fine. If you don't create fear in little kids, in older people, in people who came to this country because they thought we were the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's why I'm supporting this bill.
Thank you, Senator. All right, on the bill, recognize the senator from the 35th District on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. We hear about fear. We had some folks less than 2 years ago that were fearful to walk on the Ma and Paw Trail because of the actions of someone that was in the country illegally. So the way I look at this bill, does it make things more difficult for ICE or less difficult? Will it help safety or hurt it? Clearly, it makes it more difficult, or else we wouldn't be having this long debate that we've had today. So I just ask my colleagues to keep that in mind, and I will be in the red on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. All right, any further discussion on the bill? If not, the clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Does anyone wish to change their vote? Explain their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. With 33 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 977, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. Clerk will read the next bill.
Senate Bill 984, Senator A. Washington, private passenger motor vehicle insurance, use of programs that measure the operation of insured vehicle.
Senate Bill 984 is on third reading for final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President,
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote, explain their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. With 47 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 984, having received a constitutional majority, is declared passed. We've got some House bills while we're here. Just as we are joined by the executive, we have one Jeremy Baker here watching the Senate at work, wants to see efficiency happen. You know, it's right, here it is. Welcome, Mr. Baker. Welcome.
Mr. President.
Yes, Senator from the 27th.
Sorry, I'd like to be recorded in the green for 740, SV 740.
740 in the green. Any objections? Without objection, so ordered. Senator from District 37.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to request a red ticket to change my vote on Senate Bill 927 from green to red.
927 green to red. We're getting that form to you right now. Green to red. Any objections? Without objection, so ordered. Senator from District 8.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to change my vote on SB 250 from green to red. SB 250.
250.
From green to red.
250 from green to red. Senator, we will have the vote change form coming to you right now. Please make sure to get that back to us. Green to red. All right. Any objections? Without objection, so ordered. All right, we've got a message from the House. This is calendar 24, calendar 24. Clerk will read the bills.
House Bill 31, Delegate Kaufman, Consumer Protection, Right to Repair, Powered Wheelchairs, Finance.
Majority Leader moves so be considered the reading of the bills. They will be referred to the appropriate standing committees. We have 25. Clerk will read the bills.
House Bill 71, Delegate Edelson, Education, Holocaust Education Assistance Grant Program, Established Education, Energy, and the Environment.
Majority Leader moves to be considered the reading of the bills. They are referred to their standing committees. We have a special order calendar at the end of the day here. Clerk will read the bill.
Senate Bill 425, Senator Jackson, Environment, Coal Combusting Byproducts Fees Coordinating Committee and Regulations. The bill is on second reading and open to amendment.
All right. Question is, do we have an amendment for the bill? Are there any amendments to the bill or its title? Seeing none, the bill is ordered printed for third reading. Recognize the senator from District 9.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to move to suspend the rules to allow 2 readings in one day.
All right. The senator is moving to suspend the rules for the purposes of 2 readings in one day. Any discussion on the senator's motion? Yes, recognizing the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just trying to understand what happened. The bill was special ordered, and during that time, I'm assuming it was printed for third reader? Is that where we are?
It was printed. We have a printed copy of the bill.
Because it was special ordered. Okay, so now all of a sudden you do have the printed copy.
We can check with the Secretary of the Senate. Can the Secretary of Senate confirm we have the printed copy of the final version?
It's quick work. Good job.
We have a great DLS.
Good job. Okay, thank you very
Great
much.
DLS. All right. On the bill, on the motion, any objection to the motion? Without objection, the motion carries. The bill is now on third reader. Clerk will read the bill.
Senate Bill 425, Senator Jackson, Environment, Coal Combustion Byproducts Fees Coordinating Committee and Regulations. The bill is on third reading for final passage.
All right, third reading, final passage. Any discussion? If not, clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote, explain their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. With 35 votes in the affirmative, Senate Bill 425, having received constitutional majority, is declared passed. All right, that does it. Desk is clear. Good job, team. Well done. We are in a good spot. Crossover is officially over. Let's check in with committees. Anything for committees in the morning? Nope. Standing committees, select committees, delegations, caucuses. Chair of the Democratic Caucus.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The Senate Democratic Caucus will be meeting at 9 a.m. promptly tomorrow.
Promptly.
We're starting
promptly.
at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Truly promptly. Yes, Minority Whip.
The Senate Republican Caucus will not be meeting tomorrow morning. We have something off-site later, but not tomorrow morning.
All right. Okay, very good. All right. Sleep in. St. Patrick's Day, huh? No libations, right? Candy, yes. Libations, no. That's all right. Any further business before we adjourn? If not, let's do a quorum call.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, the clerk will take the call. With 46 members in the chamber, the quorum being present, the Senate of Maryland remains in session, recognizing the majority leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate of Maryland stand adjourned until Tuesday, March 18th at 10 a.m.
Without objection, so ordered. See you tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy crossover over day. See ya.